We are about to get live here with Matt between Mortality and Venom Gaming, our second best of three of the night for the pro placement. We got Mortality coming in. They're the main chance from last season. They made a couple of roster moves, though, bringing in Toy and Whitmer, losing Ye and Paul Newman. So a little bit of a roster change there. But, you know, a well-known team that was in main playoffs for ESCA and, like I said, one main for CEVO. And then going up against Venom Gaming, a team that, you know, did okay in the ESCA intermediate playoffs, made it to ESCA main for next season or the upcoming season, and they also were in the main playoffs alongside Mortality last season, the CEVO main, but they didn't make it very far. So with that said, I think Mortality has a little bit better results back in them going into this despite the roster changes, and they probably are a slight favorite. And here we go. Shinobi loving to do these A splits as a caller on Cash, and they're going to kick it off on the pistol round with one.
Fluke playing over behind this highway side, gets his head taken off by Toy from quad. I believe that was. Sick is going to grab one as well on the B mode, so already Mortality looking very solid on this round here as Sick picks up another one with the Glock. It's just Jason and Uziness. Is that...
Sure.
Is that the player? Uziness? Sure, it looks good to me. Jason takes down Shinobi here. 2 versus 4 as they try an entrance back into the site, but Vice pops out. Gets one. Sick will grab a frag as well. Mortality picking up the pistol.
Yeah, just really fast A split there for Mortality. And as I said, they're going to be doing this a lot. Even on gun rounds, they love to do these really fast A splits. Shinobi will be the guy in Squeaky Door, kind of popping some smokes off the box and just doing like really fast A hits, wrapping around the side off of it. And I'll highlight it if we actually do see that in the gun round, which I'm sure we will. But, you know, they're off to a good start with 1-0. They're going to upgrade their guns. Venom, pretty conservative, not going for any type of crazy pistol head armor upgrades like you usually see on second rounds. But they are getting very aggressive in Squeaky Hall. But Toy, you know, is going to spot it here with the MAC-10, but he still goes down. He does a lot of damage, but now Mortality has him trapped in Squeaky, but they still can't get the kills.
Whitmer did grab one back for them. He knows Fluke is right around the corner. Venom still with 2 players inside of the Squeaky Door areas. Fluke tries to get out. Vice picks up 2 frags, and Uziness as well as Killer Umbrellas try to get back into the site. It's 2v3. Bomb is down. Killer Umbrellas finds Vice. He still has another one over towards that A main, though. Needs to be careful as he is going to get mollied off, though, actually, by Whitmer. And Sick will grab Uziness there. So a bit closer there, but Mortality does take that 2-0 lead.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit scary for Mortality. Like I said, they did, you know, get caught a little bit by the Squeaky aggression. They tried to just push A main and catch those guys as they're falling back into the site. Yet, Venom was still getting the frags, and they had a good rotation come in from Highway as well. So it got a little bit tense there for a second, but a nice close to the remaining 2 members there at the very end to make sure the round was still won. And so they have a great chance now to kick it off to a 3-0 start. You have Venom just loading up mid, wanting to be able to quickly rotate. Also nade stacking the boost, but not doing a whole lot of damage with it. Mortality kind of fell off of it, and they're just going to kind of settle now. Kind of spread out, a little bit of a lurk, just watching for B pushes, but most of their forces gather up over here, over towards A main, and now mid they have finally boosted out, and they have Fluke trapped over at Sandbags, and they will take him out.
Whitmer grabs V mode as well, so as you would expect, Mortality coming out so far on top of this round. Uziness playing around the corner inside of B, he'll drop. Killer Umbrellas is the last one alive for Venom, and he is knocked down to just 3 health, so he should be, oh my, a little beef on the molly there, but Toy picks up on it regardless, so 3-0.
Yeah, maybe Whitmer just wanted a little bit of the alcohol that was in the bottle, you know, that Molotov cocktail.
Yeah, man, you know.
That was really creepy
tasty.
what you just did, by the way. Don't even try to brush off like that sound effect you just made. Wasn't that creepy.
He was drinking up the alcohol. It was splattered on the ground. He was licking it up.
Oh my god, just stop. Please stop. Like, the noise you made was not the noise that one would make enjoying alcohol. That's all I'm saying. It sounded very, very risque.
Maybe he's a weirdo.
Oh no, it was all you. Don't try to pin this on me. Don't. Whatever, man. Anyway, we do have Mortality just steamrolling out the mid right now. Very, very fast mid hit into a quick B split, and they did get the opening pick onto Uziness. V mode is able to hold off the take for now, and he's getting a little bit of a rotate in, but it's still a 4v4, which favors Mortality a bit, but it's getting whittled away. V mode putting in some work with this op.
He is. Grab some, and Jason catches Vice, who was trapped in the corner. He was blind. Didn't really see much of anything. The rotations coming through on Venom. For Venom onto the site. Toy and Sick are the last 2 alive, and they're both playing towards his checkered side, I believe. Sick grabs one onto Jason. Actually, Toy is all the way around. Coming through from mid, he might be able to grab Fluke or Killer Umbrellas. They're both looking this way, though. Fluke is very hurt. Only 15 health grabs him, searching for Killer Umbrellas as well as he plays up top inside of Heaven. And Killer Umbrellas actually may have a decent look at this round here. The bomb is going to go down, but he has full health, and Sick and Toy are both knocked to down below half health here, but they just have a good crossfire set up on him, so Sick collects up on that last frag. Mortality up 4-0.
And I actually thought Venom had a good chance to get that round. I mean, yeah, they did lose the early exchange at mid, and Mortality was able to quickly position themselves into a fast B split, but Vemo put in some work with that op, really started to hold that off, and even got his team a man advantage, but somehow Mortality still finds a way to close that out. We got Sick right now, 4 rounds played, 9-0, so he's definitely had a pretty good time so far. And here goes Mortality setting up against a ecoing Venom with just P250s across the board. They're all gathering up inside A main. Looks like they're going to get aggressive here. Killer Umbrellas will peek out, and there is one push Squeaky, but he'll meet a surprise. And like I said, they know that guy Squeaky. They know they have him trapped. He has to fall back to the site, and they will pick up on it. So this is just easy work for Mortality.
Very easy. They have entrance into the site. That bomb is down. And Whitmer is just going to go fully aggressive on the B mode here inside of mid, making quick work of him. So Mortality should shortly be going up 5-0 here. Venom only had 50s on the round, and you can see Whitmer there collecting up on the last frag. So 5-0, Mortality eSports up on an early lead on the T side nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of rolling right now. They're having a good game, but we are going to see another buy come out of Venom here, and so this is going to give them a little bit of a better look to try to see if they can't, find around here. They don't want to let Mortality get too crazy out of control with their lead. And we are seeing Mortality gathering up over towards the A side of the map yet again. A little bit of presence at mid possibly. They're just watching for mid pushes, but setting up inside A. Playing very passive on A is Venom. They don't really have anyone in the site. Just one forklift, one highway, but V-Mode's rotating pretty quick with this op at truck. So this leaves B and mid really exposed, but it does look like it is going to be that A hit. And here's the fast hit I'm talking about. Look, you're going to see Toy throw the smoke off the box, and it's going to wrap around the forklift side of the site off the smoke.
There it is. They start to work into the site right now. Killer Umbrella's playing in by that forklift, but gets shut down by Vice. Toy grabs 1-2. So it is a 4-on-3 at the moment in favor of Mortality. V-Mode's playing over by that truck side, and Ooziness is coming up the highway as well. They have the bomb down as well on this site, and there's smokes all over the place. V-Mode can't really get a good look with that op onto the site. All the players are hiding too, which will just make it very tough for them. Ooziness sees Whitmer over at A-Main. He is able to grab Sick inside of the site. It's 3 versus 3 as they push through. Vice still sitting back on that quad box. Whitmer able to grab one, and Vice gets 2 as well to finish off the round. 6-0 right now for Mortality.
Yeah, and that's like a tactic that you saw Envious kind of innovate in CSGO, but it's something that we saw Cloud9 pick up, and everyone always remembers it because they had like a funny name for it. They called it Veggie Wrap on Cloud9 during, I think that was like one of the ESL events, maybe like Cologne, like last Cologne event. I'm not really sure. I can't remember where that POV came from, but might have been actually, it was one of the Gfinity events that did it, I think. But regardless, it is like just a really fast A explosion where you smoke off quad, which is a common holding spot, and then you just kind of flush around and wrap around the other side of the site. And Mortality made it work there for sure. Now they're just cleaning up another eco round from Venom, and they're up 7-0. And this is starting to look real rough for Venom at this point. This is getting real dangerous for them.
You are talking about the main champs last season. We said it earlier, but Mortality was the main champs in Season 7. Our last season. Venom did make it into those playoffs, but didn't really do much of anything. They lost to mostly Harmless down in the lower bracket, so Mortality looking very strong right here as they have that 7-0 lead. And on this T side, nonetheless, so I mean, even looking at the scoreboard, Sick is still sitting at 10-1, Whitmer at 9-1. It's just rolling it right now. So Venom desperately trying to get themselves back into this game. Ooziness was over at Sandbags, but just got closed in on inside of the mid. He was able to pick up Vice, but Sick exchanged with him. Killer Umbrellas grab Shinobi here as he's inside of the mid, but Sick will exchange on that frag as well. So that will now leave it up at a 3 versus 3, and Venom has that double op setup going as well.
Yeah, I mean, they try to break out something different, as you said, with the double op setup, which can be very effective on this map on the CT side, either anchoring sites with each op or, one in a site, one at mid. You can really, dictate a lot of map control with it. And they have got themselves in a 3-on-3 at least here, but there's only one at B, so Mortality has chosen correct on the weaker side, and Jason getting flushed out by that Molotov, forced to play in the back. Sick, going to be wrapping around. Jason gets caught with the flash out, but he's staying alive for now, but can't find the frag. And now it's a 3v2, both rotation points that Venom wants to use are smoked off for now. Bomb planted with no problem, but they will try to go for this retake, it looks like.
That was a rough situation for Jason, and now Venom trying to get in on this retake here. Fluke had such a good look at Sick, did so much damage, but just couldn't quite finish him off. He's sitting at 14 health, and V-Mode has the op. He's towards that spawn side right now. He's going to have guys chasing after him here, as he's not going to go for the defuse, but he might be able to pick up on some frags here. Actually gets one, getting a second as well with the op, so now it's 1 versus 2 against Sick, or excuse me, 1 versus 1 against Sick, as he only has 14 health, but he finds him regardless.
That's an ace for Sick, actually, by the way, and he's 15 and 1, so he's having quite the game entering in on these sites. And yeah, I mean, they had all the money in the world to chase after Venom right there, and the fact they couldn't save that op makes it tough. I mean, yeah, they're at max zone loss bonus, so it's still only $3,400, and we know it's way more expensive to be a CT, so you can see them struggling to get out guns right now. They do have a few M4s. They have a FAMAS, and they have an ump, man. Like, it's getting real tight over on the Venom side of things, money-wise, for sure, with no wins. And like I said, with the CT side being more expensive to play, and like I said, Mortality is just racking up the rounds, man. Even rounds where they like get an early disadvantage, they still find a way to come back and win. So it's been very dominant from Mortality.
And Venom is in such a hole right now, too. I mean, economically, Mortality, every player on their team has 10K or more in money, so they can afford to lose some rounds as well. So Venom's got to string some together, but Sick already starts off this entrance into the A site, takes out Fluke. Killer Umbrellas is playing in there, grabs one, but immediately gets traded out. Now it's Jason with the ump. 1 versus 4. It's just too easy for Mortality to get into this A site. Whitmer's already looking behind to pick up on a Jason, but I mean, it's just so easy. They're putting on a clinic on how to take A site here.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything they're doing works. Like when they go for mid control, they're able to get that with little trouble. Obviously, all their A hits have been successful. Venom just not able to really put up any type of formidable defense. I mean, everyone on that team heavily negative. V-Mode, the best player at 6 and 9. A couple of those guys with only 1 or 2 frags, so it's definitely been a tough time for them. They're just getting outshot. They can't seem to really hold much. We've seen them try to do some aggressive plays that have yielded them some picks, but they still couldn't close out those rounds when they were getting picks off the aggression. So, yeah, they're starting to run out of things to try, I feel like, on the CP side of Venom. And they've also been forced to save probably 4 or 5 times this half already, and that obviously doesn't help.
Oh, no, it does not at all, and this should easily be another round over to... well, Fluke actually coming in from behind on the A main, was able to pick up on the Shinobi and Toy, but his teammates caught onto it, finally took him down. Sick is going to grab a couple here, and Whitmer finishes off the round. So it is just a stomping right now from Mortality, up 10-0, and Venom will be able to buy up on this round.
Yeah, I mean, I actually thought this matchup would be a little bit closer than the Elevate one we saw earlier today, but now it's proving to be even more one-sided. And Venom, they took the full save. They're going to go back to that double op setup. And, I mean, one of those ops has to be able to dictate the pace on the A side of the map. I mean, they've just been having so much trouble there. But, in fact, Jason will anchor B by himself on an op, and they're going to put the other one at mid, but at highway, so he can quickly rotate and assist over on the A side. And they're putting a lot more emphasis on mid and the A side this time. They know that they've been having a lot of trouble holding A, so they're trying to stack kind of 3 in that area, or at least close by. And they're relying on ooziness to kind of, hold mid alone. And they're, like I said, putting a lot of weight on Jason's op to anchor this B side. And he will slip into checkers, but they're doing a mid split. He's able to get 1 kill, but he does take a lot of heat, but it's still Venom with the man advantage here.
And Vice caught Jason as he was trying to get out of checkers. There was a smoke down, but he knew he was pretty hurt already and was able to get him. Fluke peeks out A main, grabs Sick there. And now Venom finally stringing something together here. It looks like they have a 4-2 man advantage, but we'll see if they can finish off the round here. The remaining Mortality players trying to push into B. They have that main area smoked off. They are inside of the site, and they are going to put that bomb down right now. Toy will drop it onto the site, and V-Mode's playing up top with that op, and a couple other players are coming in as well. Vice actually on the spawn side here, and Toy just playing inside of the site by himself. He's going to have some trouble in a minute. Great shot from V-Mode on the Vice there, and he's going to grab Toy as well for the 2K. So Venom finally putting themselves on the map here. Still behind heavily, but it is a 10-1 game.
Yeah, this time they were able to get some kills. I mean, Ooziness was able to pick up a kill at mid. We saw, Jason anchoring that B bomb set with an op was able to pick up 1 before going down. So they were actually able to get a couple of kills, and they got an early advantage, which is something they've struggled to capitalize on in the past. But this time around, they finally, retained that man advantage, traded out efficiently, and secured a round. But we do have a pause. Looks like Killer Umbrellas is having some killer lag going on right there in that round. So it seems like he's having some internet issues. So apparently it's just a lag spike that we're going to have to wait out here.
Yeah, hopefully won't take too long though. They say it's a lag spike, but I see the ping just going up and up further. Now it's coming back down, so hopefully this will be a quick one. We can get right back in it, but still, I mean, regardless of Killer Umbrella's ping, I still will find it hard to believe them coming back in this one. I mean, maybe that round is the start of something new for them, but still, they've given Mortality 10 rounds on that T side too.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, Cache is definitely a map where good T-sided teams can put up good numbers. It is a fairly balanced map, but definitely does have a slight CT bias. And with that said, to be down 1-10, that's just real bad news. I mean,
yeah,
that's all I can really say. I mean, it's really, really tough. Like, obviously, if you on your T side and you're down like this, you can still have like a pretty monster CT side and make some type of comeback effort, kind of like on an Inferno, where you are going to struggle on T side, but you can make a brilliant comeback on the CT side and still make it a close game. This map, not as much so. Like I said, it is a bit more balanced, so it's a bit scarier that Venom's in this position, especially on the CT side.
Yeah, things not looking the best for them at this point, and sure this ping issue with Killer Umbrellas isn't helping too much either. So I think they are ready to go. I think somebody on their team just stepped away for a second. So I would imagine we'll be going within the next 30 seconds or so. We can only hope. I think Fluke says now that they are ready. So we should be headed back into it. Mortality up 10-1. Very rough stance here, but this is our first map in this best of 3, so even if they don't get this one, they'll have a couple other opportunities moving forward, but still, Mortality setting the pace here early.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they went on a 10-0 run, so that's a tough one. Plus, even with them losing that round, they still got a bomb plan, they still got into a site, so they're always finding ways to, even when they lose that one round, get into sites and get themselves, a good chance to win. So it's looking good. They're going to go for a really fast mid control this time around, which is something that Venom have been kind of giving up lately, really focusing on the A side, but they're still getting kills. Uzi able to get someone here on the push at the checkers, so still getting frags despite losing mid control. And so this is really well done.
And Six gotten in through vents. Jason finds Whitmer. Sick is going to get one, though, and Toy is able to get Jason. So we are sitting now at a 2 versus 3. V-Mode's going to be up top with the off here. They're attempting to put the bomb down on the B site, and they will at least do that, but the nade comes in from V-Mode from heaven. Grabs Toy, and it's Sick 1 versus 3 now. He does grab V-Mode, going for Killer Umbrellas as well, but just not enough to finish him off. So, and that's 2 in a row now for Venom. Still in that hole, but 10-2 it is nonetheless.
Yeah, so we have seen Venom win the last couple of rounds in a row. So they're starting to show a little bit of life, trying to, make something happen for themselves in this game, but obviously still quite far behind. They need to, win out this half and get Pistol second half to really have a feasible shot of actually making the comeback. And I mean, Mortality still has so much money. They keep getting bomb plants as well, so that's really limiting Venom's opportunity to, string together rounds in a row and actually force Mortality to save at some point. I don't think Mortality's ever going to have to save this half the way things are going right now with all these bomb plants. So that's obviously even more painful for Venom when you're coming back from a situation where you're having to save a lot. Now you're finally winning rounds, but you can never force Mortality onto a save. That's like a real big struggle. And once again, we're going to see this A-Rap strat right now being set up by Toy in the squeaky door.
He's just about to put that smoke down as he throws it out, and there is one inside of the mid here. He might be able to come in do beautifully on the Venom. Actually, Killer Umbrellas goes down to Vice. Sick grabs an opening frag as well onto Fluke, so already a 2-man advantage for Mortality as they come into this A site and add a little insult to injury here. V-Mode missing that op shot, unable to find the frag. So it is 4 versus 3 now. Jason coming through with one over by A main has evened it up 3 versus 3, but Whitmer quickly makes that a 3v2. So they are exchanging frags back and forth here as V-Mode, gets a good wallbang headshot, but that bomb is starting to tick away. They're going to have to move quickly. Gotta grab Whitmer right here. Ooziness, he does get him. V-Mode grabs Toy as well, but they need to get on that bomb right away. It will be very, very close. I think he's got it, and indeed he does. Venom with 3 rounds in a row right now. A 10-3 game. We've got 2 more rounds left on this half.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a good retake effort there from V-Mode and Ooziness. 2 kills apiece to make that retake work, and it was that Mortality rap strat that we've been alluding to and kind of referencing earlier on that's been quite successful for them, and it's successful again in the sense of getting the site and getting the bomb down, but unable to hold the retake that time around. So it's now 3 in a row for Venom. But like I said, with these bomb plants continuously happening for Mortality, look, I mean, there's still guys at like 8K, 7K. So once again, they're never going to be able to force Mortality to a save, which means that every single round they have to go up against is going to be a challenge. You know, they're not going to get like a breeze of a round, you know, against a saving team. And Fluke, check this guy out. Playing a little bit of an unorthodox spot here on top of the lights inside the A-bomb site. They may not expect this at all.
That's a pretty tricky spot. Killer Umbrellas gets sick.
I have never seen someone use this in an actual live competitive, like,
I haven't either.
Official match. Yeah,
that's a pretty crazy spot from him. But Uzin is coming in through vents. Did get Shinobi as the B pushes on for Mortality right now, and Shinobi was able to get one from the grave onto Jason with his nade. So it is 2 versus 4 now. Venom looking good to pick up another round. Uzi did get toys. So Vice inside of the site, 1 versus 4. Got Killer Umbrellas now, 1v3s. Got a guy on all angles here, 1 to the left, 1 straight ahead in checkers, and Uzi is close on right, does grab him though. Now 1 versus 2. He's got 1 off to the left and the right. Goes for a fake plant here, sees maybe if he can grab somebody. Might get Fluke. No, just not enough. As I made a good attempt at it, but we head into the last round of our half here.
Yep, so 4 in a row for Venom. So at least, like I said, they've been able to get something established in this half. They're starting to get some decent holds, mostly off of retakes. That round, they actually just got a straight-up hold. They prevented the bomb plant, but not that it matters. It's the last round of the half. You're still actually seeing Mortality be able to double op up for the first time on the T side. So, you know, that's definitely tough. And looks like Killer Umbrellas is back to having some lag issues here from what I can tell. He's kind of stuck at the truck, but Vimo still able to get the op pick onto Whitmer at mid. So even though that they're kind of technically a man down since Killer Umbrellas is lagging all over the place, they do at least have the man advantage with the opening pick there. As we once again see Mortality setting up for that A-Rap tactic.
Fluke's going to be playing on that light once again. You see, he didn't really get to use it last round. I mean,
I feel like that's like a one-and-done spot. Like, you're never getting more than 1 frag off of this position.
Yeah, but I mean, this would be a good time for him to be able to get that from Mortality, for Venom, if they can get 1 more round on this half. I mean, still in a big hole, but, you know, it'll help him just that much more going into the second half. So we'll see that strat is just about to happen right now, sending 3 in through that A main 1 out. The squeaky Fluke did grab a frag, but that grabs 2 from up in that spot. Can he get 3?
Oh, okay.
He gets 3 frags from up on top of that
Fair
light.
enough.
And wow, that was a great way for Venom to end the half there. And that will set it up 10-5. Still Mortality in the lead, but big plays from Fluke there, shutting down that strat. But I don't know if he'll ever be able to use it. Well, I mean, I guess they can't use it anymore.
I honestly can't even believe that worked out as well as it did.
They're probably like,
obviously the squeaky door player couldn't do anything because he's blocked by a smoke. And there was actually another smoke in A main as well that made it kind of hard vision for Mortality to see out. And you're also getting distracted by people that are like playing truck and CT spawn or rotating from highway that you're having to worry about. So yeah, I mean, I guess it was like the perfect formula, the perfect chaos basically was able to allow him to get some frags there. But Mortality's still probably feeling pretty comfy. They got 10 rounds there at the beginning of that first half. Yeah, Venom did come back with 5 in a row to make it a respectable half. But Mortality, like I said, they're on the CT side now. They're the more favored side on this map, and they already have a 5-round lead. If they win a pistol, then, I mean, they're doing good. Look at this. They're pushing through B main. They're getting so much information, and even get some kills on this flank as well.
So Shinobi's come straight in through the mid, actually, and was able to find Jason. He also has Sick wrapping around as well. They're just going to pinch these guys right in onto the site, but they are going to get the bomb down. Venom is, actually. They've already gotten in. Vice grabs Fluke, though, and that's a 5-on-3 for them. Whitner battling it out with Uziness in the site, and Vice is able to come and save the day. So Killer Umbrellas in a 1v5 will easily be shut down by Toy there. So Mortality picks up this pistol, and they are looking solid to take this first map here so far.
Yeah, I mean, they already got 10 rounds on the T side. Now they're winning the pistol round here in the second half from CT. That's just spelling trouble for Venom at that point. Like I said, that's a typical play you see on CT side a lot. You know, teams just pushing through B. You either completely disrupt the B rush, or you get a lot of information. You allow your other guys to start rotating to the A side, and you're able to get in a really quick flank. So it's basically a win-win no matter how it goes. The only way it fails is if your 3 guys pushing B just get killed by someone holding back B or something like that. So really good chance for success, and it is successful there. Venom trying to rush into the B bomb site, but Shinobi just waiting for him right here at the FAMAS inside, and Vice is there to back him up, and they're mowing this down.
Ooh, they've already gotten 2, and A couple other players very, very hurt here. Just frags left and right. Bison Shinobi take care of that one nice and easy for Mortality. Wouldn't expect anything less than that, though. So 12-5 now. It sets up Mortality, and Venom is going to go up on the bye since they did get that plant first round. So they will at least be able to try and contest this here and keep that gap a little smaller.
Yeah, right on. I mean, we are going to see, because of the bomb plant, they're able to get the AKs out here in the third round on the half, so it's going to give them an earlier opportunity to try to establish themselves and get something going here on the T side, but they're up against 5 rifles for Mortality, and look, the push again, they catch Fluke on top the little shed outside B, and I mean, his whole point of playing there is to spot that rush and disrupt it, to stop it, and he couldn't do it, and that's just something that we've seen all game long. Is just Mortality literally, even in disadvantageous positions, being able to just straight up out-frag Venom. And when that's happening, there's not much you can do when you're just getting straight up out-fragged, even when you're better positioned.
Shinobi finds V mode, but he's waiting. Jason is for him to come out of those vents after that frag happened. So Mortality with that 1-player advantage, 4 versus 3. And looks like Venom wants to move a bit in through mid right here. They have all 3 players. Where they go from here is still undecided yet. They are sending 2 up towards highway, it looks like. But Killer Umbrella is lurking around by vents. So seemingly they want to take this to A, actually getting some really good shots into Toy. But that is some information for Mortality right here that kind of lurking in around behind them, and they want to take this into the B site. Ooziness is up inside of Heaven at the moment. They grab Vice, but he gets exchanged out by Whitmer, and now Killer Umbrella's in a 1 versus 3. He's over inside of Checkers, got a lot of damage onto Whitmer, able to finish him off now 1 versus 2, and he's got Sick and Toy to deal with, but Toy with only 15 health, he's going to be able to put this bomb down as well, so time to go big, but can't do it. Sick will easily find that one as he comes off the bomb plant. So 13-5 now in favor of Mortality.
Yes, I mean, that's like, Venom's basic first gun round. They get the AKs out on round 3 because of the early bomb plant, but unable to do anything with it. They do get some kills. They do get in. They get another bomb plant, so that at least gives them a chance to get in a full buy next round, a comfortable one at that, to challenge Mortality when they go for map point. But here, all they can really hope for is some upgraded pistols and armor. They have 1 flashbang on Fluke, 1 on Ooziness, so they don't have a lot to work with. They pretty much just have to gather up and all-out rush something and hope for the best. And I mean, you're going up against a fully decked-out Mortality who's been out-fragging you all game long, so that's going to be, a tall order for them to try to make something happen this round.
They're trying to. Whitmer is able to get Jason already. Shinobi's playing up top inside of the mid. They have some of that mid control, and oh god, Sick just destroys Ooziness there as he was in that boost spot, and it seems to be a pretty easy one for Mortality right here. 2 on 5. Killer Umbrellas and V mode both trying to move towards the A site, but they will quickly be shut down, I would imagine. They got a Deagle and a P250, but looking like another Mortality round here in a minute.
Yeah, I mean, this should be no problem. You see V mode desperation spamming here, but not going to come up with anything. Not even really any damage dealt that round on the eco from Venom. So it's 14-5 in favor of Mortality. A couple of rounds away from the victory. 1 round away from the map point. But as we said, Venom, they're going to be able to get a full buy here. V mode does have his op, and he's been the most productive player on the team throughout the game. So hopefully he can find some form here with the op on the T side to help open up something for his team that has been struggling the majority of the game, as it's just basically their second gun round attempt at trying to put something on the board. And we're going to send V-Mode's op over to the B side. This will be playing B pretty much by himself, though Sick is going to be not too far away support. Aggressive play for Mortality at A main. They will get the pick off of that. And look at Vice playing the edge of the smoke, aggressive at B main. V-Mode not able to hit the op shot. No harm, no foul, but missing out on a pick opportunity. And like I said, Venom a man down.
Mortality reminding me a bit of Elevate in our last game here. Just kind of just aggressive plays in through on the CT side and just getting these opening picks. They did just that on this round, and now have that 1-player advantage. As you can see Whitmer up top here inside of Heaven, I believe that is, with the op, and they're prepared for something on this B side, and it's good looks on that because that's where Venom is trying to go in this 4v5. They send the nades on into sight, flashes and mollies all over the place. Whitmer's still up top there in Heaven just waiting, but V-Mode will have the battle with him. Whitmer gets it just as he peeks up, and Fluke was able to grab Sick, though, as well. So 3v3 now after Venom picked up a couple of frags. And then Toy playing on this spawn side. The bomb goes down on the B side here. And
right.
Mortality.
Yeah, now Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough retake, 3v3 bomb down. Jason getting a little bit aggressive with this peek, but he's finding both the frags anyhow, so I guess it doesn't really matter. He threw caution to the wind. He made a play, and that's all that matters here, as that's exactly what Venom needs to get back into these games, is some nice plays like that, some nice fragging, and they get 3 out of Fluke and 2 out of Jason, and they're surviving, you know, at this point. 6-14 score, but definitely Mortality still comfortably in the lead. Plenty of money to buy up this round. Though, if Venom can get a second round here, they could force Mortality onto a save, and so that would give them a little bit of room to work with, but it's still quite tight.
Yeah, I mean, at this, you know, Mortality's so close to this. I can't imagine them dropping so many rounds in a row where they'd let Venom come back and try or win this game. So at this point, it's kind of, you know, Venom's obviously going to keep pressing, but, you know, just get as many rounds as you can, really make this game a little bit closer. But Mortality's still looking very, very solid here. And Vice is pushed up on that B side again. They continue to stay a bit aggressive in some of these hold positions. He was on top, but for right now, Venom is also a bit spread out here. Just maybe going for something to open this. Oh, but the counter boost coming in on that CT side in the middle. Uziness shuts that down quickly, taking out Shinobi, and Vmo's able to grab Vice, but a couple came through from the Mortality side as well, set us up in a 3v3, and here comes Sick inside of the fence, able to get Vmo on that flank, but Killer Umbrellas is there to exchange that out. And another exchange yet coming through from Toys, so it's back and forth, but Jason puts the bomb down. If there was ever a time to win a 1v2, it would be it right here. Jason needs to hold off Toy, and Whitmer goes in towards that spawn side, got the shots off onto Whitmer, just couldn't quite finish him off, and Toy storms in when he was least expecting, and that will put Mortality at map point here.
Yeah, that's your money bonus being reset right now at the worst possible time when you have to win out for an OT. Luckily, they do get a bomb plant, so that does give them something to work with, but as you can see, it's still quite limited. They're only going to maybe have a couple of AKs this round, and then a lot of people on upgraded pistols or Galils, so this is definitely rough. In fact, Uziness is getting a scout. You know, Jason is still yet to buy. He buys an AK for himself, but it's a deagle for Killer Umbrella. So, yeah, definitely scraping the bottom of the barrel to try to get something going here. It's been a long, well, not really long. It's actually wound up being quite a short game, I think. But it's been a long game if you're on the Venom perspective. They've been getting crushed pretty much this whole map, and it's about to come to an end here, it looks like.
It is certainly looking that way because Fluke's already out of it. And, well, I don't know. I feel like hope is kind of lost at this point for Venom. There's no two ways about it, but they'll give it a shot for old time's sake anyway. Jason looking towards the B side here, and Mortality had a few players in there. Whitmer's able to get Jason, though, as he was lurking around on that B side, and already now 5-on-3 advantage for Mortality. Sick grabs V-mode as well, 5-on-2. Uziness is able to get something over on this B side, but Sick will...
Sorry there, but the game ended while his mic went out. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but it was a pretty dominant game there from Mortality, winning it 16-6, I believe, before it was all said and done. We will be moving on to map 2, which is DDoS 2 here in just a second. It was Venom's pick. Map 3 will be Cobble if we need it, but based on what we kind of saw there, it looked quite one-sided, so hopefully we'll see a little bit more challenge out of Venom going to the next map. But we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we will have that second map, so stay tuned, folks.